that I've not had the pleasure to meet yet, my name is Julia Buswald. I'm the director of the NCHA Foundation. Before we go any further tonight, I'd like to ask one of our trustees, Mr. Charlie Israel, to come and give the invocation for the evening.
If I ever saw anybody pull out some notes, I kind of got worried, but mine are really brief. But there is one thing I wanted to read, if I can find it. Hang on. No pressure. This is a beautiful gathering, but the ranches and the history and the heritage of it is really beautiful. And Philippians chapter 4, verse 8 says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." And this event and honoring the heritage of these ranches is all of that. So my prayer is, bow your heads please. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Charlie. Also, congratulations to Charlie and his entire team on the world premiere of The Cut, who was with us on Sunday night down at the theater. Excellent. For those of you that did not get to join us, we will have it showing tomorrow and on Sunday at 11, 2, 5, and 8. So if you have time to get down to the theater in between runs, please go see it. It's absolutely incredible, and it's 5.5 years of work for that entire team, and we couldn't be more proud of them. So big round of applause for The Cut and that whole team. First and foremost, I'd really like to thank our generous heritage ranches that contributed these lots to tonight's auction. Please join me in a round of applause for the 4 6s, King Ranch, Wagonhound Land and Livestock, W.T. Wagner Ranch, Gardner Angus Ranch, and Mr. Buster Welch and Welch Ranches. These ranches committed to this auction almost 2 years ago, and they've stuck with us through a pandemic, an event cancellation due to that pandemic, and we could not be more grateful for their continued support. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Heath Grigg, Dr. Glenn Blodgett, Mr. Heath Owenby, Mark Gardner, Dustin Ewing, and Ken Welch to come to the front. We have a token of our appreciation for y'all. Chairman. Our friends at Giz Silversmiths have really put together a great plaque for these guys, and once again, we just really could not be more grateful for them. I'd also like to thank the Perks family and Ghostwood Whiskey for not only contributing to tonight's auction, but for being a year-round supporter of the foundation. Y'all go in front of the... Through their numerous charitable efforts, Ghostwood is going to contribute in the ballpark of $25,000 to the foundation this year. In addition to that, yes, big round of applause for them. Before we got started over on this end tonight, over at Western Bloodstock during the sale, they very kindly auctioned off a autographed bottle of Ghostwood by George Strait, and then another one also by our Triple Crown champions from 2020 and 2021. And our buyers for that were the Dogwood Foundation, so please give a round of applause to them. I'd also like to thank all of our generous event sponsors, especially the Dogwood Foundation and the Merrill family, E.E. Ranches and Joe Ellard, the Milner family, Mr. Charlie Israel, and once again, Ghostwood. A special thank you to John C. Bryan and his crew. They'll be handling our cattle this evening, and Mr. Troy Robinette, that'll be taking y'all through the auction. Lastly, I'm not sure if many of y'all are aware in this room, but the event is going to kick off the 40th anniversary of the NCHA Foundation, and we plan on celebrating all the way through 2022. For over 4 decades, it's been our pleasure to serve as the charitable arm for the NCHA, supporting not only the association, but all of its members. In that time, the foundation has awarded over $3.5 million in youth scholarships, contributed to numerous animal welfare projects and relief efforts, provided funding for special projects to aid the promotion of the sport of cutting, and most recently, the NCHA Foundation we have sponsored with NCHA in their latest marketing campaign, which made its nationwide debut on this season premiere of Yellowstone. Yes, there you go. The foundation has also undertaken the most extensive historical archives project in the 75-year of the association. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize those that founded this organization and those that are carrying it into the future. If you're here this evening, please stand when I call your name. Jim and Mary Jo Milner. Mary Jo Reno Hawkins. Ralph Shelton. Gayla Nettles. Gay Freeman Fosberg. Tommy Moore. Tootie Lyons. Lee Dale. Ms. Helen Groves. Zach T. Woods. Barbara Crumpler. And our current NCHA president, who has forgone her duties so that she can focus, Ms. Ora Deal. And I'd also like y'all to welcome our current Board of Trustees, NCHA Executive Director and Foundation ex officio, Mr. Jay Winborn. Dr. Glenn Blodgett. Ms. Jo Ellard. Mr. Charlie Israel. Mr. Frank Merrill. And Mr. Locke Perks. And last but certainly not least, our chairman of the board, Mr. Joey Milner. Now let's get here to the reason we came here tonight. We're here to raise some money for the 40th anniversary of the foundation. We've got some amazing bred heifers, a great bull, and a couple other auction items for you. So I'm going to turn it over to Jake Ream, our master of ceremonies.
Well, I know if it wasn't for Ghostwood tonight, I probably wouldn't be able to come up here. So thank goodness for Locke. So there's kind of a funny story. Those of you that don't know me, I'm Jake Ream. I started the cutting horse business in 1998. I went to work for EE Ranches for Joe Ellard and Guy Woods, obviously, and she's, oh, is that a little better? There we go. Anyway, I went to work for Guy Woods, had a great opportunity down there, and got to be really good friends with, obviously, Joe Ellard, the famous Joe Ellard. And I told her when she called me and said, hey, would you like to do this? I says, probably not. And apparently Taylor kind of said that I'd do an okay job at it. And Joe called me back and said, you're doing it. And I says, if I do it, I'm going to tell one funny story about you. So she's been a little bit nervous about this. She's got an old semi-truck in their backyard. You've all seen it, the EE semi. And I told her if she wanted to give that to me that I wouldn't tell this story, and she did not tell me yes, so here comes the story. We were out in Denver the first year that they did Western Nationals there in Denver, and I hadn't seen Guy and Joe for probably 7 or 8 years, and she goes, hey, do you want to go to dinner? And I says, well, sure, I'd love to. And so we jumped in her car, and Guy's driving in the front seat, and Joe's in the other seat, and me and her helper's in the back. And you know, if all of you've ever been to Denver, there's tons of railroad tracks. It's one of the biggest places in the country where they transfer goods and stuff. And I mean, the railroad tracks are just crazy in Denver. We were waiting by one, and Joe said, "These railroad tracks make me nervous." I said, "How come?" She says, "Well, when I was a little girl, they used to derail all the time." I said, "Yeah, that's pretty scary, Joe, but they've got that all fixed now." And at this time, she was the president of the NCHA. And I said, "They've got that all fixed. They can't derail anymore, Joe." And she says, "Why is that?" And I says, "Because they started using rubber tracks and rubber tires." And she says, "How can a train drive on rubber tracks and rubber tires?" And Guy looks over at her and he says, "For hell's sakes, Joe, and you're the president of the NCHA?" And it was a really good time. So that was my funny story, Joe. If you're mad at me, I'm sorry. The other day we had a little meeting, and Joe said, "You know, there's try to hold the F word down a little bit," which I hope nobody in here uses that. So if Mr. Frank Merrill, if you could leave, we would appreciate that. So I got one other funny story. When I met Charlie Israelson the first time, I was moving Taylor and Nicole Sheridan down here to Texas. I was hauling their horses down and tack and all that stuff, and Charlie got a hold of us, and somehow I had a really, really big treat, and Charlie says, "Hey, we're going to go out to Buster's Ranch." And I thought, wow, out to Buster's Ranch? And I says, okay, and Corey Pounds went out there, and there was Gary Belenfant. It was right after the year he won the fraternity, and Shannon Hall showed up there, and I thought it was a really good honor to work horses out there. And we went out and gathered a whole bunch of cattle, and Corey and I can't remember if Charlie went out with us on horses or not. We went out there and gathered some cows, and we were working in Buster's old back fence there, and Buster and Gary were sitting in his truck. We all worked some horses, and Shannon worked one, and Corey worked one, and Taylor worked one, and we were all messing around, and I'd worked this other little mare, and Corey says, "Well, why don't you just work it again?" I said, "Okay, I'll do it again." And I says, "Maybe I ought to pull the bridle off, you know, in front of Buster. I mean, anybody that gets the opportunity to work a horse in front of Buster, that's just amazing." And so I pulled the bridle off and went back in there and set my hand down and worked her for a minute, right and left. And we looked up there, and Corey Pounds looks over at me and Shannon, and we looked up, and there's Buster asleep in his truck watching. And Taylor says, "Well, Jake, you put Buster right to sleep." And I thought, well, great. Well, I do believe it's time that we get these cattle in this arena for sure. I'm going to introduce the auctioneer for tonight, Troy Robinette. Troy, where are you from again? Decatur, Texas. From Decatur, Texas. And we're going to turn this over, and hope you guys get your pocketbooks out. And, you know, if y'all feel like you're running out of money, just tell your wives not to go to Starbucks for a week, and let's bring the money here.
All right. Thank you very much, Jake. Ladies and gentlemen, give Jake a big, big round of applause for being our Masters of Ceremonies tonight. He's got a very, very busy schedule. Thank you for taking time to be here with us tonight. As Jake said, my name is Troy Robinette from Decatur, Texas. It is an honor and a privilege to serve as your auctioneer this evening. I do want to remind you that we'd like to ask you to participate to get a bidder number right there in the back. If you haven't, you can go see Jill or Brittany. They'll sure get you a bidder number. They can get you taken care of. We got some tremendous, and I'm talking about tremendous, live auction items for you to bid on tonight. The heifers that will come here tonight, we will sell them by the head, so that is times the money. So there will be 4 heifers in each pen, except for the heritage pen, then there will be 5. So example, if you buy a pen of 4 and you give $100,000 for them, anybody want to do that math? 400,000, that's right. So simple math, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to remind you of that, so keep that in mind. We've got some great guys taking your bids around ringside. In the back of the room, we'll be working back there from Superior Livestock Auction, Mr. Wes Lichty. From Superior Production, Superior Livestock Auction, Mr. Blake Tucker will be kind of dead center back there in the back. Right down here in the front, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most reputation Superior reps in the United States of America, probably puts just about as many cattle on there as anybody. World-renowned representative and ringman, Mr. Ty D. Cordova from Buffalo, Texas. And all the way over here on the right, you've seen him at the National Finals Rodeo. You've seen him at your local rodeo. You've seen him down at the gas station. He is Jerry the Jet Jeton. You turn your bids into these All right. Never fails, ladies and gentlemen. PA system only goes out on sale day. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, you turn your bids into these gentlemen, you turn them into me. In case of time, the only thing I can do is up between those two bidders and those two bidders only. We do have Jason Barber here with LiveAuctions.tv. Got lots and lots of people registered all across the United States of America that want to participate in tonight's auction for the NCHA Foundation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce our first lot from the Gardner Angus Ranch, if you would please turn your attention to the video screen.
In the spring of 1885, Henry Gardner's grandparents traveled in a caravan of covered wagons with 5 other families to the Ashland, Kansas area. Today, the ranch is owned and operated by 2 generations of the Henry and Nan Gardner family, Greg and Mark Gardner and their families. For more than 135 years, the Gardner families relied on rock-solid relationships, Angus cattle, and good horses to become one of the premier Angus operations in America. Gardner Angus Ranch's commitment to value-added beef production began with Henry's determination to document the difference in quality. State-of-the-art technology, data management, sound science, and unwavering discipline
Reputation Angus bull from one of the most reputation Angus outfits anywhere in North America, and support the NCHA Foundation. Here is your opportunity. And ladies and gentlemen, Brett Burton with Hillwood Landing Cattle has given me a generous bid of $5,000 to start. He'll bid $5,500. They'll deliver them to you anywhere in North America. Here we go. Hit 5,000, 55, in the bottom of 6,000, in the bottom of 6. Now 5. Hit 5, in the bottom of 7, 5, in the bottom of 5, 8, in the bottom of 8, 5, in the bottom of 5, in the bottom of 9, 5, in the bottom of 10,000, in the bottom of 11,000, 12, 12, didn't see now, in the bottom of now 12. Hit 12,000, in the bottom of 12, 5, in the bottom of 5, in the bottom of down 13, in the bottom of 13, 13,000, in the buy. Hit 13,000, in the bottom of 13, 13, I bet the bottom 13,000, in the bottom of 13. Hit 13,000, I bet the bottom 13, 13, ties in, you're out. 13, here we go, 14, 15, at the bottom 16, 18, at 18, 18, 20, in the bottom now 2, in the bottom of 20, $2,000, at 5, in the bottom of 3, 5, in the bottom of now 5, hit 25, 7, in the bottom of 27, 30, in the bottom of 30, down to buy, hit 30,002, in the bottom of 2, $32,000, all in it, here we go, hit 32,000, in the bottom of 30,000, bid Blake, you're out now, got to be 32,000, watch him walk across that screen. I'm talking about one's got all kinds of muscle, got all kinds of rib shape to him, got 30,000 bid, happy to buy him 32, at 32, anybody else, $31,000 we have. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Sold $30,000, 30,000. Let's get a name if we can, please. Joe Howard Williamson, Miss Superior Livestock Auction customer, thank you so very much. Got a great buckle for you here. And again, our partners here at GIST have given each and every buyer, if you buy a lot tonight, you will sure get a buckle there from GIST. Let's go to our auction number 2. Please turn your attention to the screen. Live auction number 2.
Incorporated in 1849 by Dan Wagner, W.T. Wagner Ranch Incorporated began acquiring land in western Wise County in 1870. In 1873, Dan and his 21-year-old son Tom drove a herd of cattle to market in Kansas and returned with $55,000. Considered to be a fortune at that time, this would be the seed money to start an empire. As land was cleared for settlement, the family gradually moved west, purchasing grasslands along the way, ultimately leading holdings in 6 counties. After the passing of his father in 1902, Tom Wagner continued to expand and operate his ranching interests until 1923, when he formed what is known today as the W.T. Wagner Estate. Today, W.T. Wagner Ranch consists of approximately 525,000 contiguous acres, which makes it the largest ranch in the nation under one fence. The ranch's vast landscape spans across Ford, Baylor, Knox, Wilbarger, Archer, and Wichita counties, with headquarters just south of Vernon, Texas. The ranch is a very diverse operation, comprised of 6 divisions: cattle, horses, farming, oil, recreation, and wildlife. For nearly a century, the Wagner cow herd was dominated mostly by Hereford cattle. But through the years, the evolving cattle industry has influenced the ranch to improve quality and genetics, while at the same time minimizing production costs. Today, the 12,000-plus herd of mother cows is made up of less than 15% Hereford and 85% Black Angus cattle. With the consumer in mind, the ranch focuses on a low-maintenance cow that will maximize performance in her environment and produce a high-quality calf that will perform at the highest level and later enter the food supply of the world. The mother cows are on continuous grazing system throughout the year. After weaning, the spring-born yearlings will spend the winter on the ranch's 15,000-acre farming operation, where winter wheat is the primary food source. The fall-born yearlings will graze improved grasses throughout the summer months. In addition to their robust cattle operation, the ranch also has an acclaimed horse division. Located near Electra, Texas, the horse division headquarters is called Whiteface. Here, the ranch has a full equine facility to breed, raise, and train horses. Many things have changed over the last 100 years on the Wagner Ranch, but the American quarter horse being one of the most important tools has not. Wagner horses are heavily relied on every day of the year, no matter the circumstance. The horses are bred for working ranch and performance purposes, and many still carry the bloodline of the famous quarter horse, Poco Bueno. With a broodmare band that is second to none, the ranch raises plenty of horses to meet the needs of anyone in the market to own a horse. In 2016, the Wagner family sold the historic ranch to Stan Kroenke. Mr. Kroenke is a very proud owner and has a passion for preserving the history and tradition of the ranch.
Big round of applause. You see what they brought you. Some of the best heifers right off of their program. All of them going to be 2-year-olds now. All of them bred of those low birth weight. 44 Farms Angus bulls going to start calving for you in January. Again, reminder, it's what you bid, ladies and gentlemen, times 4. So you bet how many dollars on it? Trying to win $1,500. Get them started. At $1,500, $1,600, 16, 16, 18, 18, 2, 2, 22, 22, and come on. At 22, and 5. In about 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, in about 2,500, hit 2,500, in about Blake right up there in the back, he's trying to be 25, isn't he? Come on, 5, 6, in about 26, hit 7, 8, in about 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, in about 8, 9, in about 9, 9, 9, 9, 29, hit 2,900, in about 9, 9, gotta be 9, gotta be 9, gotta be 9, gotta be 9, $2,900 all, now 3, hit 3,000, in about 3, 3, in about 3, did you get 3, now 1, in about 3,100, hit 3,100, in about 1, in about 31, in about 1, 31, 2, down 2, at 32, up to you, 30, 132, at 32, 2, 3, now 3, at 33, come on, 3, 3, 4, 4, 30, 400, at 34, 34, 5, 5, 6, I got Jet over here at 35, you got to be 6, you're out now, 35, 36, at 35, 3600, you're out now, 35, 600, I'm at 35 again, saying, 36, 7, 37, at 3700, 8, 9, 9, just go with me, 4,000, sir, at 4, 4,000, 4, 4,000, at 4,000, 4, now I got 38 up here, you got to be 4, at 4,000, you won't be 9 back there, 38's on Jet, got to be 9, at 38, 39, 9, 38, yes sir, now 9, at 39, 9, all in, all done, $3,800 is bid, asking $3,900, and we have, now 4, now 4, now 1, 4,100. I don't even think you got him warmed up yet. Come on with it, sir. 4,100. At 41, but take another bite of the salad and bid 4,100. At 4,100. At $4,100, all in, all done, and about 4,100. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Sold $4,000. 4,000. 501, Mr. Billner buys 501. God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, here'll be live auction item number 3 from the King Ranch.
In 1853, Captain Richard King purchased a creek-fed oasis in the Wild Horse Desert of South Texas, sparking generations of integrity, preservation, and innovation. What began as a family cattle ranch in the mid-19th century has evolved into a major international operation, active in a variety of agricultural and energy-related activities. In over 160 years, King Ranch has led some of the first cattle drives, developed the Santa Gertrudis breed, bred the finest quarter horses, and produced champion thoroughbreds, all under its iconic Running W brand. A true testament to Captain King's integrity and commitment to the land, today, King Ranch continues to foster a culture of uncompromising quality, stewardship, and authenticity. Proof of its unparalleled leadership in ranching and cattle operations, King Ranch is responsible for one of the most recognizable and reliable cattle breeds, the Santa Gertrudis. In the early 20th century, under the leadership of Robert Kleberg Jr. and Dick Kleberg, the Santa Gertrudis breed was developed. To accomplish this goal, King Ranch breeding experts selectively crossed Indian Brahman cattle with British Shorthorns to develop an animal which is recognized as being 5/8 Shorthorn and 3/8 Brahman. In 1920, many years of experimentation culminated with the birth of Monkey, a deep red bull calf. Monkey became the foundation sire for not just a superior line of cattle, but for an entirely new breed. In 1940, the Santa Gertrudis breed was recognized by the U.S. Department of Agriculture as the first beef breed developed in the United States. It was also the first breed developed anywhere in the world in more than a century. As a result of this early practice of line breeding, Santa Gertrudis cattle are especially adapted to crossbreeding. When ranchers and breeders use Santa Gertrudis cattle in crossbreeding programs, the resulting crosses yield high levels of hybrid vigor. Cattlemen who use Santa Gertrudis cross females generally consider them exceptional animals. Recognized as being able to function productively in hot, humid, and unfavorable environments. Today, the Santa Gertrudis thrives in harsh ranching climates all over the world and is the most prevalent breed of cattle in Australia. The development of the Santa Gertrudis breed is a testament to the vision and persistence that have characterized King Ranch's operations from the very beginning. Today, the ranching business remains a vital component of contemporary King Ranch operations. Comprised of 1,500 plus seed stock cows, 20,000 plus commercial cows, stocker cattle operations, and a 16,000 head feed yard, 90% of the ranch's cows are certified American Reds, comprised of half Santa Gertrudis and half Red Angus. The American Red composite is fit to survive and consistently breed in the harsh South Texas environment, while raising calves that compete against an ever-improving national supply of feeder cattle. Proven on the ranch, proven in the yard, proven on the rail, and proven profitable. The early innovations of the first King Ranch breeding specialists continue to inspire their modern-day counterparts. and this spirit of innovation continues to thrive at the ranch. Leading the industry, King Ranch was the first operation in the U.S. to implement single-step genomically enhanced EPDs, which all other breeds since adopted. It is this ability to adapt and evolve that has made King Ranch a vanguard of the Western industry, allowing their operations to achieve higher degrees of efficiency, excellence, and better respond to the demands of an ever-changing beef cattle market. From state-of-the-art scientific breeding programs and an award-winning quarter horse operation to top-flight feed operations, diversified farming interest, and luxury retail goods, the birthplace of American ranching is a vertically integrated ranching enterprise.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here be our lot number 3 tonight from the King Ranch. The American Red, born, raised, developed right here in the greatest country anywhere in the world. You want to talk about a set of females that'll be productive for many years to come. You've got environments. If you're from South Texas down there in the southeast, they have created the perfect female for that environment. Ty D. Cordova stepped up here and on 3,000 head of steers that went to rail, ladies and gentlemen, 94% or better choice to prime. Talking about they got the performance on the outside. They got the performance on the inside. And how many dollars on it? Who said 2,500? 1,500. Come along. 1,500, 1,600, 16, 17, and about 18, and about 18, 19. Live auction. And about 2,000, 21. Come on, Jason. And about 2. Hit 3. And about 3, 3, 4. And about again, Jason. And about 4, 5. And about now 5. Hit 25. Sid. And about 600, 6, 8. And about 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 20, 28. And about ACA and about now 8. Hit 3 and about 3,000 and about 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. All in all done and about now 3. Hit 3, 1 and about 30, 132 and about 3 and about 4 and about 34, 34. Who's whistling and about 34, 4, 5 and about now Sid and about 36, 8 and about 7, 8. Hit 38, 9 and about 9, 4 and about 1 and about 2 and about 4,200. Hit 42, 3 and about now 5 and about 40, 5, 5, 7 again 7 and about 47, 8. Hit 48, 5,000 able to buy 5. Now 5, now 5, now 5, now 5, 5 able to buy. Now we got 5 people that think that they're in, but I'm gonna recognize this gentleman right down here at 4,800. You're all out. You got to be 5,000. 48. Now 5. Now 5. Now 2. You're out, sir. 52. At 52. Now 3. Yeah, times 4. Make sure everybody knows that. 53, 54. At 54. Now I got a man that knows it. 53, 54, 55. I like the way he counts. 5, 6, 6, 7, 57, 57, 5700 a bit to buy. At 57, 8 times 4. Absolutely. 8, 8. Now 8. Now 58. Able to buy him 8. At 58. Able to buy him 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. You're still out, Ty. Got jetting over here. 56, 58. Now right here. 56, 58. Hauling it done. At 5,800. Able to buy him 8, 8, 8. Y'all talking over real quick. We got auctions tomorrow to get to, though. 56, 58. You gonna be 7, Cowboy? 57. 5,700, all in, all done. 57, now 7, 57, now 8, hit 58, hurry, you're getting farther behind. 58, hit 58, 7, 8, 8, all in, all done. $5,700 bid, $5,800 and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Sold $5,700 times 4, 5,700. 5 what? 542. 542. Mr. Knight, God bless you, friend. Thank you so very much. Mr. and Mrs. Knight. John C., let's walk these out. Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the screen. Live auction item number 4.
A working ranch spanning 300,000 acres, Wagonhound Land and Livestock is dedicated to raising some of the country's top American quarter horses and Red Angus cattle. Headquartered 20 miles south of Douglas, Wyoming, the ranch touches 3 Wyoming counties. Home to Catherine and Art Nicholas, who took the reins of the historic ranch in 1999. Much about the ranch has not changed since the 1800s. Tiny wooden schoolhouses from decades past stand proudly intact. The stagecoach stop where a notorious Wyoming train robber fought his last gun battle hides behind a grove of trees next to the old post office. And the 1880s bunkhouse and red barn still stand guard at the ranch's main gate. With a vision to honor tradition, preserve the land, and utilize innovative concepts stewarding the ranch into the future, the ranch's vision statement, steadfast in maintaining the highest standards, reflects a commitment to remain steeped in history, yet aggressive in leadership. Comprised of 4 divisions: horses, cattle, farming, and outfitting. The integration between these separate verticals allows Wagonhound to be a self-sufficient business founded on Wyoming ranch traditions with the willingness to implement cutting-edge ideas in education, technology, and management of the ranch's wildlife and habitat. Proud recipients of the Red Angus Association of America's 2015 Red Angus Commercial Producer of the Year, Wagonhound is one of the largest commercial Red Angus producers in the market, with the goal of producing the highest quality beef a priority. Holistic management of cattle, from cow-calf to feedlots and processing, low-stress cattle handling technologies, advanced herd health practices, and an expansive farming operation to build customized feeding programs for each faction make the ranch a forerunner of the cattle industry. In addition to their award-winning Red Angus program, the ranch also boasts one of the strongest, well-proven quarter horse pedigrees and breeding programs in the market, routinely producing ranch and performance horses with the ability and talent to compete successfully in the most prestigious cutting, reining, reined cow horse, and ranch competitions. Their broodmare band is anchored by some of the most influential mares in the industry, and their senior stallion, WR This Cat Smart, was an NCHA Open Finals champion, making the finals in 24 major aged events, earning more than $230,000. An NCHA and NRCHA leading sire since 2010, his performers have won multiple NCHA and AQHA World Championships, as well as major NRCHA titles over the years. As part of Wagonhound Land and Livestock Diverse Farming Division, the ranch takes pride in raising certified weed-free #1 alfalfa hay with approximately 5,000 acres in production. Rotating crops of corn silage, barley hay, barley grain, and oats on an additional 2,500 acres are used to finish out cattle in their on-site feedlot. Rounding out the ranch's diverse operation is Wagonhound Outfitters. Known for being home to some of the best elk hunting in North America, they receive annual awards for multiple species as they offer elite outfitted hunts for elk, whitetail and mule deer, antelope, bear, and waterfowl in the heart of the Laramie Mountain Range. With a management team that strives to make Wagonhound Land and Livestock as diverse as its landscape, the ranch is an economically viable operation, which will serve the country for generations. Led by the vision of its owners, Wagonhound Land and Livestock consistently works with the industry and community to support, educate, and grow their greatest passions: American quarter horses, Red Angus cattle, responsible conservation of land, and the Western heritage way of life.
And Red Angus. Some of the highest calves year in and year out that we sell on Superior Livestock are Red Angus sired. Here's a breed that's got it all together, and each and every year on Superior, the Wagonhound Land and Livestock tops the market on Superior. So we're so thankful to have them as a customer. We're thankful to have them here tonight. And a lot of Peeper genetics, absolutely. You want the very best in the Red Angus breed I'm talking about right here is in Fort Worth, Texas. Hyman and Arizona. Who's saying 5,000? I got Sawyer Smith at 1,500 and the auction's on. 1,500, 1,600. It's 16, 17. Taylor out. 17, 18. 18, 19. 2 grand. 22, 24. At 2,400. Pop on. 600. 2,600. 6. And 2,600. At 26, 8. 8. Now 3. Didn't make it. Got to be 3. At 3, and the C9, and the 9. Now 3, and the 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. At 3,000, and the 3, 3,000, and the now 1, and the 31, 2, and the now 2. At 32, and the 32, 32, 2, 2, and the 3,200. At 32, 3, and the 3, 4, 5, and the 3,500. At 35, 7, and the 6, 8, and the 8. Now 4. At 4,000, and the 4, now 4, now 4, now 4,000, and the pop on, and the now 4. At 4,000, and the 4 and 4. Whoop, you're out in the back. Got to be 4,200. At 42, you're out now. And the 4 is on tight. 2. At 42, and the 2. You only one back there, but you better hurry. 4,100. At 41, and the 41. You're out now. And the 4,100. All in, all done. And the 4,100. Late. Now 2. Now 2. No, you're out. Got to be 5. 43, 5. 45. 45, 6, 8, 48, still behind. 4,800, all in a done. Hit 4,800, and the bottom, 48. Hit 48, have the bottom, 4,800, all in all done. In the bottom, in the bottom, 48, 48, have the bottom, paid in the bottom, now 5. Hit 5, bet you get 5 back there, old buddy, 5,000. Oh, I got 8 up here, it got to be 5. Hit 5, have the bottom, 5,000. Hit 5, in the bottom, now 2, in the bottom, 2, 52, all in all done. What do you think, Doc? 52. Hit 50, what? Well, he's been to an auction before, hadn't he? He's been about 4 million of them, I bet. 51, 52, 51, 52. He left the door wide open for you, sir. 52, 3. You started it, finish it. 5. Hit 55, 55, 7. Hit 57, 6, 8, 58. Now 6,000. Hit 6,000, and about 6,000, and about 6,000, and about 6, and about 6,002. Hit 62, getting farther behind, Doc. Got to be 2. Hit 62, 2. 61, Doc, and then just quit. 61, in the bottom of bond, in the bottom of $61, all in all done, in the bottom of now 2. 62, in the bottom of 2, 62. 62, in the bottom of 2, in the bottom of 2, all in all done. 6,100, 2, 3, 62, 3. Let's make him break 6,500. 63, 63, 3, 3, 3, 5, now 5. Hit 65, 5, 5. What? How about 4? Let's see if Doc gives 65 for him. 65, 4, 5, 65, 4, 5. $6,500 all in a done in the bottom 63, 3, 5, 5, 5 in the bottom 5, in the bottom now 5. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Sold $6,300. $6,300. Thank you, Doc. Put them on the 4 6s. Did you get a better number? We'll just put, oh, you want it on you? Perfect. Even better. 508. 508. Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, turn your attention to the screen. Let's go to live auction item number 5.
Established by Captain Samuel Burke Burnett in 1870, the 4 6s Ranch is a true working ranch with deep roots in the past and a vision for the future. With more than a century of expertise, the ranch's superior cattle breeding program relies on tried and true experience while improving with modern innovations. 20 years ago, Hereford cows dominated the herd, but after 100 years of Hereford cattle, the ranch made the transition to Angus cattle to increase performance in the feedlots and ultimately provide higher quality meat going to the retail customers. The ranch, headquartered in Guthrie, Texas, remains devoted to a basic concept: use progressive cattle management practices while focusing on preserving genetics and tradition. The 4 6s Ranch is leading the way by holding fast to tried and true traditions while embracing modern innovation and advancements. Annual branding events look like a page out of an Old West novel, except for the electronic identification and advanced record-keeping system that uses the latest technology to offer quality assurance to discerning consumers. The cattle are divided among multiple herds that graze the same management unit throughout the year. Conservative stocking rates help to ensure that the pastures are not overgrazed and give the manager more options when Mother Nature throws a curveball. In the fall, calves are weaned and shipped to the Frisco Creek Ranch in Sherman County in the Texas Panhandle to be backgrounded for 30 to 45 days. The lighter cattle will then be turned out on winter wheat pasture, while the heavier cattle will be sent to the feedlot. During the summer months, the ranch purchases stocker cattle to graze at Dixon Creek. To ensure a continuing legacy of excellence, the best of the best heifer calves are chosen to join the herd. The selection process involves several rounds of culling, and ultimately, the cattle in the herd must produce to remain. Each cow is expected to have a calf at her side in the spring, and be in good flesh in the fall to stay in the herd. Legendary quarter horses and superior Angus cattle are hallmarks of the 4 6s. The ranch not only offers state-of-the-art reproductive services and a full range of equine veterinary services, but also stands to the public some of the most well-respected quarter horse stallions in the industry. The ranch's elite broodmare band produce some of the best race, ranch, and performance horses available anywhere. Dedicated to superior water and range management practices, the ranch works as much as possible to reclaim land for native grasses and restore or improve natural water resources. The ranch is wildlife friendly, carefully maintaining a moderate stocking rate of about 30 acres per cow-calf pair, ensuring survival in drought conditions. For more than 150 years, the 4-6's Ranch is focused on preservation and stewarding the land to accomplish quality beef cattle production. Being progressive has kept the ranch in business, and visionary leadership from generations of ranch owners and managers never satisfied with the status quo has kept the ranch constantly looking to the future. The 4-6's Ranch is the epitome of horses with a history and brands with a background.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. When you think of legendary ranches, not only anywhere in the United States of America and right here in the great state of Texas, you think of the 4-6's. Every week for the past 10 years, I've drove to Lubbock to work a car sale out there. And without a doubt, my favorite part of that drive is heading right back through Guthrie, Texas, out there in the middle of nowhere when you don't have any phone service and you can't check Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, and you got to just look around at all the beautiful country out there on the 4-6's. And these are the kind of cattle that you see out there. Reputation Angus cattle. They buy the very best bulls that they can when they come to town. Truly an opportunity that you have here to buy forehead from the 4-6's. So you bet how many dollars here? We don't bet on them. They said 5,000. Hit 5,000. Anybody? I got 2,000 on Hillwood. Anybody? 22, 2, 2, 2. And anybody? 3, 4. And anybody? Now 5. Hit 25. Anybody? Hillwood's in at 25, 6, 7. Anybody? Now 8. Hit 28. Anybody? 3. Anybody? 3,000. 2, and the 5, and the 3, 4, and the now 4, 5, hit 35, and the 600, and the 6, 8, and the 38, 38, 4, hit 4,002, and the now 5, and the 43, 5, and the now 7, hit 47, Hillwood, you're out, 7, now 5, there they are, now 5, hit 5,000, and the 5, now 5, now 5, down, and the now 5, hit 5,000, and the 5, and the 5, now 5, now 5, and the 5, and the now 5, hit 5,000, and the 5,000, and the now 2, I got Blake at 5, you got to be 2, 52, 5, in the 55, and the now 5, 55, 3, 5, and the now 7, and the now 7, 7, 7, 7, 57, and the 6,000, and the buy, it's 6,000, and the 6,000, I better buy them, say, and the $6,000 is all, it's 6,000, and the $6,000, and the buy, and the 6, and what, 57, 58, 58, 8, now 6,000, it's 6,000, and the $6,000, and the buy, and the buckle up cowboy, and the 6,000, it's 6,000, 2, and the 2, 2, 2, now Hillwood, you're out, you got to be 62, 62, yes sir, Blake's in, 6, now 2, 62, just think, Brett, you could put them at Hunter Ranch. They'd be perfect right by I-45. If Sawyer can keep holes out of the fences, they'd stay in. 61, 62, 62, 2, 3, now 3, hit 4, and 60, $400, and now 4, hit 4, and 60, 400, and now 4, it's 64, and 5, and 60, $500, and is she done? It's 65, and 4 is on Blake, 6,500 all in, all done, 64, 65, 64, and now 5, and now 5, and 6,500 all in bid to buy. If you've noticed, each lot's gotten higher. We got 64 bid, 65, Hillwood, you're out, 6,500 and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Sold, 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 $6,400, 6,400. Huh? Buyer number what? Say it one more time. Eric Walsh. 522, Mr. Walsh. God bless you. Let's go to live auction item number 6.
NCHA World Championship. Welch and Mr. Sanpepe would claim the title again in 1976 as Buster Welch. Born near Sterling City, Texas in 1928, Welch left home at age 13 and took a job with Foy and Leonard Proctor in Midland, Texas. It was with the Proctors that Buster began breaking horses, working large herds of cattle, and tending to various other ranch chores. Welch would develop his skills at such ranches as the 4-6's, Pitchfork Ranch, Long Axe, and ultimately, King Ranch. By the early 1950s, Buster began establishing himself as a horse trainer. The decision to purchase a 6-year-old unbroken stallion for $125 would be the start of a legacy. Chickasha Mike took to cutting from the beginning. After training the horse for a year, Buster began to show Mike in 1952. He won his first 5 events. Later that year, Welch sold the horse to Bill Hale of Odessa, Texas, for $8,500. Hale then sold him to Leonard Proctor, Welch's previous employer. Back under Welch's training, Chickasha Mike would go on to become the 1956 NCHA Reserve World Champion. As fate would have it, oilman Marion Flint of Midland, Texas, had seen Welch's first competition on Chickasha Mike. Impressed, Flint sent his best mare, Marion's Girl, to train with Welch. Buster and Marion's Girl would go on to win NCHA World Championships in 1954 and 1956. In 1962, the first NCHA Futurity was held in Sweetwater, Texas. Marking a 224, Welch and Money's Glow would take home the very first NCHA Futurity Championship. Buster would retain the title in 1963 with a score of 218, this time aboard Chickasha Glow. By 1965, Welch found himself operating and managing 3 ranches, training and showing horses, and running a cutting school. Among the horses under his training at the time was his next Futurity prospect. In 1966, Buster and an unregistered Ray J's Pete, owned by Kenneth Peters out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, would best 335 others to give Welch his 3rd NCHA Futurity champion title. 1971 paired Buster with Dry Doc, the full brother to previous champion Doc Olina by Doc Barr out of Pocolina, would bring Welch his 4th NCHA Futurity title. In 1974, Welch would ride future American Quarter Horse Hall of Famer Mr. San Pepe for the King Ranch to an NCHA World Championship. Welch and Mr. San Pepe would claim the title again in 1976. On the heels of his NCHA and AQHA World Championships in 1976, Welch rode Pepe San Badger to a record 5th win at the 1977 NCHA Futurity. Owned by King Ranch and nicknamed Little Pepe, the pair marked 220.5 under a new scoring system. The pair also won the 1978 NCHA Derby, 1980 Reserve World Championship, and the 1981 NCHA World Finals. Through the course of his illustrious career, Welch has received several honors, including induction into the NCHA Member and Rider Halls of Fame, AQHA Hall of Fame, and Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame. He has also received the Charles Goodnight Award, AQHA's 30-Year Breeder Award, and the National Golden Spur Award. In the late 2000s, Buster and his wife Shayla sold their 25,000-acre Double Mountain River Ranch and eventually moved to Rotan, Texas. Seeing a growing cattle market, Welch expanded his operation to include natural-fed beef cattle. An iconic brand for an icon of the industry, Welch's cattle sport the B Lazy W brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely give Buster Welch a big, big round of applause. He's brought you 4 outstanding Angus heifers here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm bred to those good low birth weight Gardner Angus bulls. Start calving right there in the spring for you. So here's live auction item number 6 from Mr. Buster Welch. How many dollars on a $2,000, $2,2. What'd you say, Brett? $1,500. Okay, $1,600 in the bottom of 16, in the bottom of 17, in the bottom of 18 to 2, 20 to 25. Hit 25 in the bottom. Welch, you still here? 25, 6, 8 in the bottom of now 3. Hit 3,000 in the bottom to 2, in the bottom of 32, 35, in the bottom of 35, 7, in the bottom of now 4. Hit 4,002 in the bottom of 25 in the bottom of 45, 5, 7. Hit 45, 47 in the bottom of West is in 45, 47. Holland and 45, 47. Hit 47 in the bottom of 6, 8 in the bottom of 8, in the bottom of 4,800. Hit 48 in the bottom of 8. Now 5 in the bottom of 5,000. At the bottom 5, 2. Hit 52 in the bottom of 1 in the bottom of 50. 200 on in the bottom of 2, 5 in the bottom of 3 in the bottom of 50. 3, 3, 5. Hit 53, 4, 5 in the bottom of 50. 500 on 50. 5 times 600 in the bottom of 6, 8. Hit 58 at the bottom of 8 in the bottom of 50. $800 in the bottom of day. 58, 58, 58. Hit 58. Now 6,000 in the bottom of now 2 in the bottom of 60. 2 to bid, 2 to buy. Is 6,200. 5 in the bottom of 63. 5 in the bottom of 65. 7 in the bottom of 67. Is 67 in the bottom of 67 in the bottom of 67. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Is 67 in the bottom of 65 in the bottom. How about your people, Jet? 6,600. Here we go. It's 65's on Blake in the bottom of 60. $600 all in. On to 7, 8, 68. 6,800. Here we go. 68. Hit 8. Day. 68. Hit 8. Day. Huh? 67. 68. All in a done. 67. $6,800 and a half. 68. 68. God bless you. You say 7,000? What? Well, try to keep up, Blake. We already got 67. You got to be 8. 68. 68. 68. 68. 68. What? We're playing big boy money here. 68. It's 68. Day. 68. Now 9. 69. Now 9. What? 9. All in. All done. 68. Now 9. 9. 68. 900. Are they done, Jerry? 69. Now 7. 7,000. 7,000. 7. You gave 100 just a second ago. Give 100 now. It ain't that much more. 7. $7,000 and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Sold. $6,900. 6,900. $535 will be the buyer. Toddy Pittard, is that right? Mr. Pittard, God bless you. Thank you so very much. Let's go to live auction item number 7. This will be our heritage pin. And as they come in, ladies and gentlemen, here will be our live auction item number 7. This is the heritage jackpot pin. There will be 5 head from all of our consigners that have consigned. Matter of fact, at this time, let's give all of our consigners a big, big round of applause. Taken right out of the top end of their program. Out of these 5 cattle, one will be from the King Ranch, one will be from the 4-6s, one from the Wagonhound Land and Livestock, the Wagner Ranch, and Mr. Buster Welch. All of these are bred heifers. They will calve in the spring of 2002. Again, like the rest of the lots, it'll be what you bid times 5. What a great opportunity you have, ladies and gentlemen, to buy some heifers and put them right out there in your front pasture, right out there in your front yard. Some of you, if you want to check with the Homeowners Association real quick and see if that's something you can get done real fast. And as people come into your ranch, you can give you a perfect opportunity to talk about the NCHA Foundation and how these heifers that you purchased tonight here in Fort Worth, Texas, go to help them. So again, this will be live auction item number 7. It'll be at our Heritage Ranch jackpot pin. Oh, they're driving them up. Yep. Here they come, one from each and every ranch. Again, the King Ranch, the 4-6s, Wagonhound Land and Livestock, W.T. Wagner Ranch, and Buster Welch. Five head to go. What you bid times 5. How many darns here? 5,000. What'd you say, Brett? Okay, 1,500, 1,600, 15. 16, 16, 18, 18, 2, 2, 22, 4, 24, 600. 26, 8, 3, 3,002. Now 5, 30, 5, 6, 8, 38, 4, 4,002, 2, 42, 42, 45, and about 40, 500, and about now 5, hit 45, and about now 7, and about now 5, and about 5,000, and about 5, 2, hit 52, and about now 5, and about 50, 5, and about now 5, hit 5, and about 7, again 7, and about 7, 7, 7, now 6,000, and about $6,000, and about hit 2, and about West is in at 6, now 2, 62, 5, and about 60, 5, and about 5, 60, 500, and about hit 65, and about now 5, and about 60, $500, and about 5, absolute times 5 is 65. They know 62, 65 is 65, 7 and about 67 on and about 67 is 67 and about 7, 7, 7, 7. Sir, would you like to be 6,600? 6,600 and about 65 and about 600 is 66 and about 5 and about 60, $600 all in all done and about 6 and about 5, 6. One from all of the legendary ranches that have consigned here to us tonight. We got 65 on tie, 6,600. Brett, if these get out on 35, you know that they're yours. 65 is 65. It's 65 and about 600 and about 5 and about 600 and about 65 and about $600 all in, all done. $6,600 and we have Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Sold $6,500. $6,500. 531, 531. Live auction item number 8. Morgan Cromer. Thank you so very much, Mr. Cromer. Here we go. Live auction item number 8 will be the Equine Leadership Experience. We are excited to offer this opportunity for you and 5 of your guests to take the horseback leadership skills at the Perks Ranch. Your day will begin with the leadership training and getting to know your equine partner. The morning session will include basic horsemanship training, a scenic trail ride over their 500-acre working ranch. After your trail ride, they're going to feed you a great lunch. And in the afternoon, you're going to have a team-building experience that you get to work together with a herd and get to test out your cutting skills. How many dollars here? How many dollars on the Equine Leadership Experience donated by the Perks Ranch? How many dollars on the who said 10,000? Hit 10, 10. Brett, team working. Build. 2,500. Hit 2,500. 23, 3,000. 3,000. Hit 3,000. 3,000. 2 through 5, 35. Hit 35. 7. 4,000. 4, 4,000. Hit 4,000. 4,000. Now 4, now 2. Hit 42. 2. At 42, at 4,200 to buy, at 42, 45, now 5,000, 5,000 to buy 2, 50, 200, 52, 25, 50, 5, $6,000 to buy, it's 6,000, 6,000, able to buy 6,000, 6,000 to buy, it's 6,000, 6,000, all done now 5, 65, 25, it's 65, now 5, 65, to buy, it's 65, now 7, and about again 7, and about now 7,000, and about 7 down a little bit to buy. It's 7,000, and about 7, now 7, now 7, now $7 now 5. It's 75, and about 5, 5, 2, 5, and about 72, 75. Hit 5, and about now 5, and about 75, and a little bit to buy, and about 75. It's 75, and about 8,000, and about and about 8,000, bit to buy, and about now 8. It's 75, now 8, able to buy 8,000, all in all done, and about $8,000, and we have 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Hurry, 8,000. 75's on your mat. $8,000, and we have sold $7,500, 7,500. Give him a round of applause. $518, Mr. Hilliard, is that correct? Joe Hilliard, God bless you. Now, here's the one you've all been waiting for, the Yellowstone appearance. First of all, by a round of applause, how many fans of Yellowstone do we have in the house tonight? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the NCHA Foundation is proud to offer this opportunity for you and your horse to appear on an episode of the Paramount Network smash hit Yellowstone. You know it. Over the previous auctioned off has been the unveiling of the Buster Welch and the King Ranch Little Peppy statue in 2009. This opportunity went to Mr. Bobby Patton and Metallic Cat. If you've been watching this season, you know how that they've incorporated Metallic Cat into Yellowstone. Here is your opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, for you and your horse to be incorporated into Yellowstone. Truly a opportunity of a lifetime. And here's Jake to tell you a little more about it.
You know, the only thing I got to tell you is whoever buys this is going to come up and have a great time. You know, Taylor told me make sure everybody knows they're going to get the pictures they want, meet who they want, and come up and hang out with us. There's, you know, days that there's lots of work, but there's a heck of a lot of fun up there, too. So you guys bring your checkbooks, and let's see what we can do.
You bet. Will Beth be there?
Something about a hot tub or a water trough, maybe?
All right, how many dollars on an able bam? You bet. We should have sold that experience. All right, how many dollars on it? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, where we're going to end up, but I know we're going to start. I got $10,000 to bid. Here we go. 15,000. Hit 10,000. 15,000. 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 50,000, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 80,000, 90,000, 90,000, 100, 110, 110, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 110, 110, 110, 110, 110, 10, you're out west, 110,000, 110, 110, 15, 20, 120, 30, $130,000 bid by 130, 130, 40, 140, 50, 150, 60, 60, 75, 175, 175, bid by now 5, 175, 75, hit 175, 160, 75, bid by, you put him at 60, now 75, hit 175, 85, 185, 180. Are you seeing what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen? Raising money for the NCHA Foundation. Got 175 bid, asking 185, now 200, hit 200,000, hit 200, have it about to 2, and about 200,000, bid by, and about now 2, hit 200, and about 200,000, bid by, hit 200, and about 2, and about buy, won't be 185, 185, and about 85, bid by, 185, and about 185, 85, 80, 90. Well, I got 90, old buddy. You're out. You got to be 200. Get mad about it. 200. 2, 95, 2, 200. Here we go. 2. Hit 200. Have it about 200. Hit 200. Have it about 2, 2. All in all done in about 2, 2. And about now 2. Hit 200. And about 200,000. All in all done in about go ahead. $200,000 and we have.
You know, there's like 14 to 17 million viewers on here. If y'all got a stud horse and you want it promoted, that's pretty cheap promotion for that many people. It's you know, what's another 10 or 20,000 if you're already at 200?
That's right. You can't buy that much Facebook advertising, I promise you. You bet how many dollars here and able to buy millions upon millions of Western homes that goes into, ladies. Huh? Did you get 200? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. $200,000 is bid. Asking 210,000 at 210. What 10? Habit to buy to 10 and about 210. All in, all done. 200,000. Habit to buy $210,000, and we have sold $200,000. Give him a big, big round of applause. 200,000. $3,003. Ladies and gentlemen, Coastal Performance Horses. Oh, Coast Performance Horses. And the total for tonight's auction, let me say it again. And I want you guys to be very proud of this. $372,400 tonight in the live auction. Give yourselves a big, big round of applause. All right. One more thing, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do tonight is we're going to do our special appeal. And that it is true at this time, you're not going to get some heifers. You're not going to get a chance to go beyond Yellowstone, but what you are going to get is an opportunity to donate a tax-deductible donation to the NCHA Foundation. I'm going to ask some increments. We're going to start at a high increment and work our way down. If you so feel compelled to donate at any of these increments, all you have to do is raise your bidder number high. We'll announce your bidder number, and they'll get you clerked up here on the system. And then your donation will go straight to the NCHA Foundation. All the good works that we do here at the NCHA Foundation. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first increment that I'm going to ask tonight is at the $10,000 level. $10,000. Can anybody raise their bidder paddle high and donate at the $10,000 level? $10,000. Bidder paddles high at $5,000. Anyone open it at $5,000 to donate to the NCHA Foundation at the $5,000 level? The next level of giving is at the 25. You say 5,000, ma'am? God bless you. $5,000. Can we get a bidder number, please? A name or something. Okay, we'll get a name. $5,000. Anyone else? At the $5,000 level. $5,000. $5,000. $2,500. Anyone that raises their better paddle high at the $2,500 level. $2,500. At the $5,000, it was what? Mary Jo Hawkins at the $5,000 level. Thank you, Mary Jo. We're at the $2,500 level. Anyone at the $2,500 level? Last level tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we call this the tank of diesel fuel, the $1,000 level. $1,000 on buyer number. We got two at 1,000. 538 at 1,000. Let's go slow. I'm up here with Jerry first. Say it again, Jerry. 506. Blake, you got to say them, bud. Yeah. 516 and 518. 516 and 18 at 1,000. Jerry, to your right. Okay. Kelly, how about right there in front of you, to your right? What's that bidder number at the $1,000 level? 519 at the $1,000 level. Bidder paddles high at the $1,000 level. Anyone else at the $1,000 level? Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself and the ring staff, all of us here at Superior Livestock, Superior Productions, and LiveAuctions.tv, God bless each and every one of you. Have a great rest of the fraternity. We'll see you right back here in 2022. Merry Christmas.
Folks, on behalf of the NCHA Foundation, we'd like to thank everybody so much for coming out and being so generous. All of the funds raised tonight are going to go to our youth scholarship programs and our historical preservation, our education and promotion, and our animal welfare programs. We look forward to celebrating another 40 years with y'all. Best of luck with the finals, and we'll see everybody over at Will Rogers.
And stick around, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Hooker and the Outsiders will be performing shortly.